Terror Blade, my Earth Shaker.
Yeah, I agree though. Sending ES off lane and Axe jungle would probably get the most out of the lanes for Ehome, and that's one way they could mess with the safe lane of VG. The
Dusa comes out
the
the
team
last
fight. Look at their team fight. I mean, I'm gonna want to go towards EG again with that draft.
EG again for winner.
EG.
EG again.
EG all across the board here at the panel. We'll see if the game number 2 is going to be just as hype as game number 1 as we throw it over to our casters now once again.
A bit of a wash. They're going to have the Warlock just sitting behind Ice's Timber Saw, healing him up and trying to keep him within experience range and the occasional CS, but otherwise, looks like this may not be a lane they can actually compete against, as you're going to see the disruption go down, and Ice starts to have Timber chain right side. They almost finish him up, and Neutral's attempted to go for the deny. Not able to get it though. PPD lands the last hit and claims first blood.
Waiting on that level 2, but
yeah,
not sure how much longer they want to wait for.
He can get the boulder smash. Oh, that's a 9. If he can get the boulder smash, he can kick. Here we go. Back, and there it is. The roll in. They're going to be able to put Medusa in a nasty position, and Ehome quickly surround the snake and will be able to cut the head off. 1-1 now. Ehome evening up the score for Ehome once that stone gaze is up. You do require perfectly synchronized stuns and silences, and even then it'd be questionable. So that's why Evil Genius is going to rotate down to the bottom lane, catching Old 11 with the Chronosphere, beating into him. Fear on the back line. The Girl Ranger will slowly pecker away at the axe until he falls.
They do get that kill. That's going to be a big rotation down.
PPD and Fear. He was left behind in the top lane. That rotation came out from Evil Geniuses, leaving the Shadow Demon alone at the top lane. That's why Ehome, they set the advantage and go for the dive, granting Ice a kill of his own.
And create pressure for the other heroes.
This may come at a bad time though. Ice just got his arcane boots, goes to the side shop.
Doesn't have a TP available though in PG.
Now he jumps forward, is going to start going on to PPD, but they knew that Ice would get aggressive like that. Now Ice, he's got to pull out the jokes. He's going to be able to get through the trees. He doesn't have a TP scroll, and I have no idea how he managed to get away from this one. He's going to cut down some of the trees, try and go for a timber chain, something, but he can't do anything. Fear and Zai, they've got him corralled in and even out the kill score, 3-3.
With the other 4 heroes on the map at all times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ehome are just getting denied. Now it allows PG to play reactively to this. They're already starting to get aggressive here.
Ice. He sees the TP coming in. The arrow nails it though. Ice. He tries to go for an escape out of the tier 1 tower with Moonlight Shadow, but it's not going to happen. 4 heroes from Evil Geniuses head up to that top lane and kill the carry of Ehome.
Yeah, meanwhile at bottom PPD, he's got the angle ready.
Another setup. They're going to lead with the disruption. Samael trying to get the best Mystic Snake possible. He's going to bounce over Fenrir. He's just going to get right click down. Evil Geniuses striking on both sides of the map. Edge is a guaranteed kill. They're going to start making their way to the Ancients. Looks like they have managed to get an idea of what's going on here.
They're pinging like crazy. They've got to do something about this right now because EG...
Oh, the top lane. Chronosphere goes down. They're going to be able to get on him rather easily. He doesn't have a rollout. Back over to Fear. The smoke pops. Old 11 blinks forward. Oh, no! He went for the blind call, but Fear's position on the high ground allows him to elude that gank. And Ehome will walk away with the first Blink Dagger initiation with nothing but a Black Dragon kill, and they may even still lose somebody.
They're getting sandwiched right now.
They really are. Samael on one side, PPD on the other. They go for the call, but instantly this one comes out. Can he join it? The double silent. Ice is here with the help, but the Conqueror's not going to be enough to push back EG. They now jump forward. A call, another one onto Universe. Doesn't have a Chronosphere to be able to slow down these two very tanky cores. He's taking
not the target you want to go for right now. Ehome have committed so much for this.
Ehome wants so much more. Now Samael's going to show himself, and he's turning out the angle above. He's going to be called chase first, but now on to 3. Universe setting this whole thing up. He's going to start going on to Fenrir, hoping to be able to drop that chaotic offering. They will be able to get it off onto Samael, but Fenrir's going to give up his life for it. Now the roll in. Bottom getting so much damage out from his ultimate. He's going to try and escape as well, but it gets stunned up. Now right click down, but Samael is executed. A sweep in, almost catches Universe as well, but a time walk will be able to undo that damage. Ice. He's got to make his way to the other side of the mountain. Will be able to get there. An arrow nails Fear. Ehome lose yet another engagement here. They got the Dusa, and that's a little something, but he still lost 3 heroes for it.
Hey, they're just getting frustrated. They're behind that tier 1 tower trying to make something happen as Old Chicken He's going quite low with Zai. Looked like he wanted to continue chasing for that, but picking up the ancient camps. That's going to be their reply to EG's slow style, so that they can constantly keep up and farm.
Snail feels confident, but he jumps over the river, now going to be caught by Old 11. He has the extra blade mail, the damage comes in, they're going to be able to drop the Moronic.
Now they might have the damage for this.
Snail, he's dropping lower, but it's not good enough. The Chronosphere now comes into play, and Old Chicken going to be beaten on by Universe. He'll end up falling, but in the background, Ice, he cleans up the Medusa. He's going to search for more, but he watches Lana die and realizes he can't fight EG anymore. He backs up behind this river, 2-for-1 trade-off. Now getting the Aghanims, that's going to be another opportunity for them to rapidly split push against EG with that free Starstorm coming into play. Old 11, who's burrowed himself deep inside the trees. He may be able to find an opening as Ice is going to force some rotations here. They've got Fear, they've got Universe. The Chronosphere combination is going to allow Fear to be able to just beat into Ice. But do they have any counter vision? Yes, it's going to come in from side with the dust. They're going to be able to get that one. At the same time, PPD getting caught in bottom lane. He does get the deny though. He suicides himself with the Bloodstone, making that a little bit more worth for Ehome for now. The loss of the Bloodstone charges is still going to cripple Ice's Timbersaw a bit, but he can still come back into that with the right team fight.
It's not going to be too bad. 8 Bloodstone charges is what it originally was to begin with, so it's okay. He's going to be in an alright position.
Travel coming in, Ice is already ready to go. There's no Chronosphere here, but Samael just stands and fights. He knows. He's super tanky with that mana shield to roll in. Looks like they may have caught Zai out of position. They're going to be able to get the kick on him. Old Chicken comes in with the extra nuke damage. A free kill there. They're going to look for more. Jump forward. Ice now going arrow hit from Samael, but they manage to lock down Fear, and they turn away from the snake to be able to kill the Drow Ranger instead. Roll in on out. Old Lana gets the kick, lands on Samael, but talk him over the top. Slows down Samael a bit, but he's too tanky for Ice to be able to commit to that kill, but maybe. EG's farm and even surpassing them in some regions, but at what point are they forced into a do or die? We must fight, we can't just outfarm them.
I think for at least the next 10 minutes, they're still okay, but there will come a point where EG, they can't get high grounded, and Ehome, who's going to deal the high ground damage to their lineup? As Zai
is going to pop Zai around the trees, will be a loop-de-loop, but not going to make the escape. Old 11 catches him out, gets the call, and Ice will claim another Bloodstone charge.
This is what we talked about. EG, they're trying to avoid these fights, and Ehome kind of just looking to stick
but Old 11 not able to get the initiation. Now the chaotic offering going down. Evil geniuses are going to be forced back. The Chronosphere onto Old 11 as well. The Fear on the side. Ehome can do nothing but watch as their ally falls, and their chaotic offering Warlock Golem is laid down.
They just have to get out right now. Ehome trying to look for whatever engagements they can. They know there's no same game.
Nice kick, actually landing on a PPT. Samael turns and fights the best he can, but there's no big ultimate. Old Chicken back. The TP out, not going to be able to make it away. The damage is too much for him to handle. Ice, he's next. He's got the Timber Chain to be able to get some distance, but Universe will keep pace. He needs a longer jump. Managed to get the bash. Ice. He's time dilated up, unable to get a Timber Chain for quite some time. He's just going to be slowly pecked away by these range heroes. Not able to make it out. He needed 15 seconds for a Bloodstone suicide. Couldn't even get that.
And that is 4 heroes down now on the side of Ehome. EG going to take a lot of this real estate on the map. On his side, he's just going to enable their damage. Like, how often have you seen this Faceless Void build as of recent? As he's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter right after the Blink Dagger. Almost no damage items. He's going to rely heavily on the throw and the Medusa. Now they're going to go for a smoke of their own in this bottom lane.
They could be open up. Initiated on Old 11, sitting on the side, waiting and waiting to go for the call while he loses Lana. He decides he's not going to be able to fight that one. Just leaves a 1 support kill. Ooh, that arrow. Just tracing PPD's behind there. Old 11 still wants to be able to fight. Oh, they're going to fight it. No, Universe is going to be able to run into him. Old 11 not able to get the initiation. Now the disruption goes down, stopping the golems, and they will be able to get the Chronosphere as well. They want to make sure there's no answer from Fenrir at all here. The Universe, he gets it. No, the chaotic offering. It goes down. The last half second can then turn the fight. Bonus, he dies the secondary time here, and Ice, he can't get any damage out whatsoever. Old 11 He's actually ineffective, unable to catch up Universe. So it looks like he's just gonna have to watch Ice die. Maybe not. He gets a call with the blade mailed out. Will be able to save his ally, but it cost him his life. Maybe at the cost. Full chicken. He does get the kill. He managed to take out Fear, but now has to run himself away. 2 more seconds till the call is up. No! A time dilation. Ice, he rolls up through with Samael. He's still taking. Ice. Oh, he doesn't get the trade. No, he didn't get the Timber chain he wanted. He has another one though. Chalka, lands in. Timber saves. Will be able to get him. Universe, he's low. And Ice, he thinks he can win this fight. That's why Universe blinks himself away. TP's out. It was a smoke initiation that led into a second buyback here for Ehome. Not even that Timber saw. He's even going to struggle to be able to get in and out of that fight with the time dilation of Universe's Faceless Void always being aimed to keep the Timber Saw down.
And that's why they're going to go for the smoke. And look again, they're trying to find a fight on the side of Ehome's base. And
Immediately Universe jumps in. The counter initiation from Old 11 will be able to solve some of the damage, but they've already lost their Warlock. No chaotic offering today. Old 11, he's trying to shout the damage to Samael, but now he's onside the Stone Cage. The Moonlight Shadow buys him a little bit of time, but eventually he will end up going down. And now it's all Ehome players falling as they're going to be chased down by Universe. He gets the bash. Lonham not going to be able to make the escape. 5 more seconds for a rolling boulder. No chance. Ice, the lone survivor here of Ehome as evil geniuses find the perfect initiation. Universe gets the Chronosphere to win the fight, and EG go for Roche.
But EG,
Moonlight Shadow, Old 11, way ahead
that
of
was
his team.
completely
Dire's
envisioned.
top
And
tower is under attack.
Ice pushing out this top lane,
Dire's
but
structures are fortified.
again, EG are content. Old 11 trying to find an angle.
He's looking for it, but he's not going to be able to find it. The Chronosphere for the double flank. There's only one hero inside the Chronosphere. That's going to be Fenrir. Again, he's the target. He will end up going down. Looks like the other support Lonham, he's going to be caught as well. That could have been so much worse for Ehome. If it wasn't for those double blinks.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Gonna send in Ice, but now here comes the illusion spam from EG.
Old 11 has to jump in sometime soon. His Blink Dagger getting canceled though by the illusions, and the tier 3 is going to fall.
Radiant's middle
Arrow
tower
goes out,
is
not
falling.
able to find the initiation. Old Chicken pokes at some of the heroes on the side. With his blinking Starstorm, they even almost caught Lonham. Now the initiate comes in. Ice is going to be solo Chronosphere up. The chaotic offering goes in. Old 11 unable to get a good enough call though to the mail. He gets the Stone Gaze off and rips Old 11 apart. A Yule Scepter goes down, but Old 11 will still fall. 2 down from Ehome, and EG still healthy. All 5 heroes above 75% as they push into the high ground, going for the range tracks.
And EG are just not to be deterred. They barely did any damage to Samael, and even with a decent initiation from Ehome, the EG are just too strong right now for Ehome to fight. They can sense their top 3 berth. They've got one more shot at this, but this time they have to do it without the chaotic offering.
This time it's Ehome's chance in an impossible hold of high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower
Without
is under
some of their
attack.
big ultimates. Old Chicken gonna start trying to lay out the damage, but they can't delay for long.
They take these
Here's
buildings so
Lonham
fast.
Dead. A double stun and a double silence, but they managed to get the Chronosphere locking in 3. Lonham and Fenrir again, the support down, leaving Ice alone, and that's it! GG is the call from Ehome as game 2 is cut short. Evil geniuses executing very cleanly here in game number 2 and proving that game 1 was not a fluke.
It just looked like Ehome ran out of steam. In the second game, they made moves that I've never seen them make. It felt like they were desperate. It felt like they were playing on the back foot. Even at 15 minutes, they were just telling themselves, go, go, go. And eventually, EG just kind of withstood it. They played behind their Medusa. They recognized the strength of their Shadow Demon. Really well played by them.